Hello everybody, my name is Diana Chagnier and this is Team Backspace. We have, I'm Diana Chagnier, this is Susan O'Neill, sorry, Stephen Chavon and Ian Rands. Okay, our project consisted of taking on a company that, a genre that doesn't have any digital anything. This is how they used to do their inventory, all on paper, and this is what most upholstery shops look like. Even though it's a very lucrative business, I visited a few over the summertime, and as a programmer, I saw that I could improve this way of doing business. So when 411 rolled around, I threw my idea out there and we went for it. Okay, I found a niche. So conceptually, I didn't know if it was feasible. So I had to think about it. When we all started 411, we had a couple of project ideas. And at the last moment, I threw in my project idea. And we went with it. And it has actually turned out really well because my teammates made me realize that it is feasible in one semester, which I didn't think it was. So we planned it on paper, we budgeted it out, we called the client, and he said okay, he'd buy us a server. So we met twice a week, and about a month into it, I visited the client to see what he knew about computers. He didn't know anything about computers, so I was working with the client and he was giving me all of these requirements that he needed and he wanted, and when you're not digitally savvy, you don't know what you really want. And you want all of these things that you see everywhere. But we had to funnel it down into a workable solution. And so I sent the client to school. He wanted a POS system, and I said that's not doable because we can't do a point of sale system, we can't do invoicing, we can't do that in one semester. We could, but then we couldn't build him a server to house all of that really cool and unorganized material that he has. So I sent him to school for QuickBooks, and then I went to Florida and I taught him how to use Excel so we could build a database as Ian set it up and Susan and Stephen set it up. I went to Florida and taught the client Excel. From there, I'm going to let Ian talk to you and tell you what he did because it's amazing.
So how we made this thing come together is it's all on top of Ubuntu, the latest server release, and we're using Oracle 10G Express to house our data, and we're using Oracle Application Express to build the admin side for the data entry, removal, upload features, the nuts and bolts of our main feature, which is our gallery, which is put together with some PHP script to connect to Oracle, Dojo, and JavaScript to create our user interface for our customers. So for the admin side, our objective was to allow employees to update, keep track of store inventory, upload their images and stuff. And what we used for that was the Ubuntu Oracle Express, Oracle Application Express, and then the OCI 8 plugins for reading and sending queries back and forth between the Oracle database.
Okay, I built the gallery, and basically what we wanted to do with the gallery was build something so that when customers came into the client's store, they're able to browse through his fabrics or his products and get an idea of what they wanted. Not all the time everyone knows exactly what they want, so they've got an idea in mind. Oh, I want something that's kind of red. You know, actually it's not red, I want it to be orange, or actually I want it to be blue. So that's what the gallery is mainly used for, and something that the client and I talked about, he said that when he goes to client's house, or to his client's house, our client has clients, he goes to his client's house, and they say, oh, I want black and white. So he brings black and white fabrics with him to show his clients, this is what we have. And then they realize, oh, I didn't want black and white. So now he's got a way to show them, oh, well, I didn't bring those other fabric colors that you wanted, but let me hop onto this gallery and I'll show you what we have in our inventory. So that was the main focus, and we used JavaScript, HTML, PHP, and Social Toolkit.
The website is what I worked on. It is a way to bring customers into your store, to be able to show them what you can do. I did research. I've never built a website before. I've played around with a little HTML in classes, but nothing on the scale to actually try to work to bring customers to the store. I mean, we want some real people coming in, not something we played around with in class. I used a lot of PHP. This is the first time I've ever played around with PHP at all. It was definitely a learning experience to see, because I'm not working with a server. I mean, I've done PHP with a server for a website, but in this case, it was pretty much just to bring customers in. We're not trying to do any kind of sales on the site because it's all custom upholstery. There's no way you can really do a sale on a site. How much material the customer needs, what type of material the customer needs, it all fluctuates. So trying to do point of sale online was not the way to go on this. They need to see what the store has to offer, and then the customer needs to come to the store. Right now, I'll go ahead and show you the website. It is hosted with GoDaddy. He's got a domain, so I had to learn how to use GoDaddy. A lot of people already know all this, but this is my first time to try to bring everything over to GoDaddy server. So this is the website. Let me sit down and give you a better look at it. Okay. Get out of the way here. So just researched different items out there on the web, try to see what's successful, what's not. Just lots and lots of research to make sure that this is what the customer wanted, the type of clients that he has, what's going to pop for these people. This is the main website page. This is the home page, and then about us. See information about the customer, about the client, what they do, who they are. And then the contact us page gives you an ability to contact or to view a location map. It's a Google map that's been put in there. And then they can send information to the store to see if they can get a quote for some product, come into the store, get some more information about them. There's a location map. Like I said, it's just a Google map. You can click at the bottom to view a larger map because some of the people using this site are older. They need more, larger information. The store specials, of course, coupons. You want to bring customers in. Shows the current specials going on. And the galleries, say, click the Windows gallery. It's galleries of products that they have, jobs that they've already done, testimonials, basically, of what they've already done. You can click each picture to be able to get a larger view. And then you can rotate between the pictures. And then click the larger picture to go back to the thumbnail gallery. And that is the website.
So this is our admin feature for the employees of the upholstery store to go in there and add new inventory, to keep the inventory up to date, to feed the gallery of what the customers get to see. We use the Oracle application for all the usernames and passwords and all the LDAP stuff. So that was pretty much already in-house with Oracle. So it kind of saved us some time there, and plus it was already industry tested for us to use. So if we come over to our products tab, basically gives you a little rundown of what we already got going on. Allows the employee to search for an item number or color or something if they wanted to go and update specifics. So if they sold like 10 yards of fabric, they could come in here and keep track of how many yards they've sold and used. So we're going to go ahead and create a new item. Here it just basically gives them a simple rundown of what the client wants to keep track of his material. So we're just going to give it a random item number. The client really uses mostly the same item number that was given to him from the manufacturer, so we kind of made it so we can add one in for ourselves. Then we can fill in yardage, about 10 yards. And then vertical repeat, railroaded, that's all custom terminology for this industry. But if I'm a new user or a new employee at the store and I got stuck, I can go ahead and click on the railroaded over here. I'll give you a little question mark. And they'll actually pop up and give you an explanation of what is this, what is this, how do you determine what railroad it is, and kind of a simple definition, so they can kind of, if they forgot, they don't want to go back to their boss and say, yeah, I forgot, go ahead and click on a little help there. And then all of these little links on the side give you help. So we'll set a location as well, since we are kind of keeping track of thousands of things of fabric. Basically, they're set up by bins in the showroom, so we can pick a bin that's in, or pick a that's in the showroom, and he's good to go. So he's going to go ahead and click create. We've got stuff. It does do item checking, and then it lets you over there at least have one color, same over here. So we're just go ahead and select this blue. And after you create it, it's going to come up here and allow you to upload an image. Oracle does this awesome thing with docs, or basically any document outside of text, you would say. It gives it an item number that you can reference throughout the whole system. So if you have duplicate image names, you can basically, it gives you back a reference number, and you can reference that number anywhere in the system, and it spits the image back at it. And then now we have our image. You can double check that's blue. Our solid picture is solid blue, and we know where it's available and the location. So we're basically going to apply and finish up. The other cool thing is you can come in here, and this only shows you active products. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a button for you to pull up not available products, and I think right now we'll pull up a couple of the test things we have that are just us entering the data. The other features are the location. You can come up and see our locations, see if you need to add a new location if that is stored in. You can add a new location. You also can get a location, a report of a location. So, end of the year, he needs to do his inventory. He needs to print out separate sheets of each location and hand them out and say, okay, go check, make sure this is there. You can come in here and select a location and give it. So right now, the only location we have is in showroom. So if we pull up our showroom location report, it's going to give you basically a little rundown of what you got going on when it was entered into the system. And you can come down here and click report export, and it'll spit it out into a nice formatted Excel spreadsheet for you to print out or do whatever you wish with. And the same thing goes for colors, as if really we found out with the fabric industry, there's give or take about 20 standard images. I did not know toast was a color until now. I still don't know if it's burnt toast or tan toast or light toast, but it's in there. And you can add more, so if we can, if we needed to. And that's about it for the admin side of it.
One note to mention that Ian didn't mention, and that we didn't mention throughout all this, is it was extremely important that this system and everything that goes with it is easy to work with. It's user-friendly, super user-friendly, because not only does the owner not have a computer and work with a computer all the time and have all these cool things on it, neither does his employees. So he has to be able to recognize these things and train other employees to do the same things that he does, because that's what you're paying an employee for. But that's why, if you're wondering why it's so simple, that's why. It doesn't have to be complicated, it's very efficient.
Okay, now I'm going to go over the gallery. So basically, imagine that you just walked into the store and you wanted to search for a fabric. You can see on the top we have two search bars. You can search the product by the description of the product, would be solid, textured, animal, any type of product they have, or you can search by the color. We'll search solids. We just uploaded a solid, so you can see. We've already had one in here. We pulled it down to test it, so you can see this is the second one that we uploaded. As you hover over the images, they get larger, so you can see the image better if your eyes aren't that good. and they come up with this little text box that'll let you know what the item color is, the description, the number. And this is mainly for if a client of the store, or if the owner of the store or employee of the store is working with a client, they can look at this and automatically know, without having to look up in the database, oh, this is where it's at. So it's quick recognition for them. It pulls images by anything that has solid in it. So this is searching for all images with solid in a description. We can do the same thing for color, any color, whatever you like right now. Red. So this is looking for all fabrics that are red, or have red in the color description. And so you can see there's a whole bunch in red. We'll move on to the advanced search, because this is pretty much just like just the other page. You can hover over an image and you can see it pop up. The tabs are closable as well. But going to the advanced, so this page is a little more specific now. So if instead you come to the gallery, you had that idea, oh, I want some red, so you're looking in the gallery, see a bunch of different reds. But what if you know that you want a solid, and you want the solid to have blue in it? So we could type in solid again. I'll do a different one besides solid next time, and do blue. So this is going to search all images of solid description and all images of blue description, and just pull them up. And of course we have two. So use a strict filter. So if you want to look for an image that only has a description of solid, so it's not solid and textured, it's not solid and felt. So we'll click the exact and we'll submit the search, and we found that this one here is exactly only solid and only blue. But that's the test one we created. You can see the other one went away because the other one had other tags on it. I'm not sure what they were. We can untag the description. Yeah. We can see that this one had solid and texture on it. So this one should have too, but there's a test image so we can put it on there. You can only search for one text box. You don't have to search for color. You don't have to search for a texture or a description. Doesn't matter. That's up to the client or whoever's working with their client. They can put this together, or the customer can look for it themselves if they know exactly what they want. So that's pretty much it with the gallery. Were there any questions?
Well, I just want to say one more thing.
Oh, sorry.
Me again.
Did not end.
This was a daunting experience for our client. There were many times where he wanted to quit, but he was already invested, so I wouldn't let him. And I just want to say thank you for letting us expose your non-digitalness to the whole room, and I hope you enjoy the system. Thank you for allowing us to do this. Y'all have any questions? Really?
Is everyone just tired? Is that what it is?
What framework did y'all use for the website?
For the website we
I'm
use?
sorry, I didn't hear.
What framework did y'all use for the website?
I just use basic HTML. I didn't try to go to HTML5 or anything like that. HTML, I used cascading sheets, CSS, and PHP. I didn't try to do anything fancy, anything special. It will work on the Internet Explorer. It will work on Chrome. It will work on Firefox. Nothing
So it's all
special.
written from scratch?
Yes.
It's written
Now-
from scratch, but it's hosted on GoGet, so they have their own criteria to optimize it.
Right.
I used a thing called Mood Tools. It's a already pre-made JavaScript to help me with the galleries. They had certain functions already created that helped me out tremendously.
The gallery on the gallery page is custom made.
Yeah, this gallery is something that you can work.
Scratch.
That's completely different.
And something I didn't say, this would kind of be like maybe like a standalone kiosk in the store when you would come in, but it's also accessible online so that the client can access it from a computer in his client's house.
Everything was built from scratch, and hopefully somebody next semester will be 412 with me and do an Android app, because he has an Android phone. And he has already, actually, this is noteworthy too, he's already made a $3,000 or $6,000.
It was a $7,000 window treatment sale because I was able to pull it up on my telephone website that Susan built for me, show the customer the window treatments we completed. They were very impressed, and they gave me a very large order.
It's already working.
And I'll just tell y'all,